We're back in Sweden for day 2 of the 44 Cup Marstrand. The forecast for today is the wind to be from the south and lighter, but still some big waves for the teams to battle against. Let's get straight into the action. Race 4, we have 35 seconds to the start here. The boats are all lined up. It is a lighter today. It's a lighter day. We're riding here with Artemis Racing. The grinder grinding the tension on one of the heads, the halyards. A little high and slow there from the Black Star boat above them. Black Star above them comes down there on their last approach. The blue boat of Artemis has gone down to do their last wrap up off the star line, and they're working the boat hard to come up to meet the line at the pin. It's 1 second, let's go. Black Star slightly ahead of Artemis at far end. Is then the Spanish and then the other Swedish boat and Peninsula, 4 or 5 boats up. All the boats down that pin end jostling hard for that position. Who have we got down this end? Is Team Nika with a great start towards the starboard end of the start line here, holding off that starboard end, and the pack of 5 boats at the pin end are super close together. Who's kind of won out? It's the new boat, GBR 204, Team Wow here, coming into the top mark. This is their best rounding at the moment. Great work from them on this first upwind, turning the boat down, getting the boat underneath the rig, and making that big spinnaker pop and accelerate downwind. The next boat out of the windward mark is Team Black Star. Black Star were the boat off the pin that got the best start. And then as we come into the rest of the fleet, Nika from the starboard end. So it's been about sailing a clean lane up this beat and holding and not being able to be dictated to by everybody else. Generally, the people who've been at either extreme of the line with space. On board here with Team Aqua, a jibe, the boat accelerating, the tactician Cameron Appleton calling for the angle that the boat's sailing at to come down. More down. The grinder grinding the sheet to pump that big spinnaker to accelerate the boat downwind. Today's a lighter day, so we've got less wind to work with, so we have to work super hard to make sure that the boat can really glide through these waves well. And the Team Wow, who are in the lead at the moment, have done a lovely job of sailing slightly deeper than the red spinnakered boat behind. That's going to set them up really well to be able to jibe out when they want. And in this lighter wind conditions today, probably we're in 7, 8, 9 knots maybe. Then the boats, as they come down here, you want to be able to sail your course and your part of the race course in a nice controlled way. When you want to jibe out, you want to be able to do that. So these guys have got all the options in the world now to be able to turn the boat and jibe in front of the fleet when they want to for their port approach into the bottom mark. As they come in, they've done a nice job there. They've jibed, they've laid down to the leeward mark in one lane. And that means that they can come into the bottom mark here with good speed, turning the boat up nicely. The tactician just helping the helmsman turn the boat up well onto the breeze. And as they come out of that mark, they're on port, heading out slightly towards the right hand side of the course. The boat 2 round is Black Star, who started well at the pin. Boat 3 round is Monaco. It's Monaco 69, that's Team Charisma. They've gone out on starboard jibe out of this lure mark, but they're hotly being followed by another boat from Monaco, Monaco 10, so that's Team Nika. Team Nika decide to tack to go out on the lifted port tack at the moment as they come out of the marks. Probably there's a little bit of current on the race course today as a result of the big swell and the water movements. The next boat round is Aleph. Aleph of spinnaker in, they're on starboard now. They're going to extend away here. They don't want to sail through the dirty wind of the fleet coming back downwind, but they're going to want to make sure they keep the boat nice and clean and clear, make sure that they're not making any mistakes. And as the next few boats come round, Gamera jibes just in front of the Black Star boat, and at the same time Team Nika tack back to starboard. They obviously like this left-hand side of the race course where Black Star came from on the first beat, and the starboard rounding mark here actually is a little further ahead. It's a little further up the course, and that puts, here we come into this leeward mark. There's a big shout here for a penalty. The boat coming round inside these guys had no room there. On board Artemis Racing, they are claiming that there was an infringement there from the boat that you see tacking inside them there. That was not allowed. They claimed water too late, is the Artemis boat. And as they come out of the mark, there's a bit of confusion. But meanwhile, all that's happening, it's Team Charisma. They've had a stunning upwind here. They came out of the leeward mark and held on the starboard tack. They've worked the right-hand side of this picture coming upwind, and they have passed through multiple boats. They've passed Nika, they've passed Black Star, and they've passed Team Wow, who were leading coming out of the leeward mark. That is a sizable lead. The Charisma boat has obviously found an extra gear on that upwind leg, and they've done a fantastic job scything through the fleet to come into this race 4 with the race victory. Team Charisma crossed the line, and what a race result for them. They've been pretty consistent so far this regatta. Not the best boats, but they've done a really nice job in that race. The next boat across the line, who is it going to be? Is it going to be Team Wow, or is it going to be Team Nika? There are 2 boats that are approaching into the finish here, very, very close together. Very close together, and looking at the finish, I think it is Team Nika who's just snuck it in at the finish there, the black cockpit from then Team Wow down at the far end. So a great result there. First Charisma, second Nika, third Team Wow, fourth Peninsula Racing, very late charge, and fifth Black Star. What a great result for them, and what a great result for Team Wow. Awesome work. So in this light wind day, we're now rolling into race number 5. We're 10 seconds to go to the start. Again, from here it looks like there's a huge amount of space up at the starboard end for the boat that was accelerating there, which was Nika, and we're riding here with Team Aqua. They're in the second row off this start here. The boat that was just above them was Team Gamera, and Aqua now tacking to get onto port tack to sail on port off the start line and get an advantage up the course on port. They want to get in phase of the shifts, and they want to make sure they're getting as much as they possibly can out into the side that's favoured. They think that's the right. We come up into the top, it's Team CREF that have made a gain. They have made a gain right up in the last portion of this beat, and they turn the boat down here to Igor Lars steering his team around the top mark in the lead there, and it's Team Artemis who are going to come round in second. Wow, what a changeable feast this race is. Race 5 is turning into a real nail biter. Artemis smoothly toning the boat down. The next boat in the line is Team Gamera, the young Swedish team. They are doing superbly well in this race here. Spinnaker going up already, allowing the boat to come down smoothly. The helm just nurturing the boat's speed as they come around the mark. Black Star, another solid top mark performance for them as they turn down to go into leg number 2 of race 5. The Spinnaker's up already even before they've left the mark, and Aleph round in 3. That's 4, sorry. So as we come back in the fleet, it's very, very hectic. We thought earlier that Nika had a really good upwind, and now they're still back in the pack, unfortunately for them. And just behind Team Nika is Team Aqua. Riding with Team Aqua now. The pitman working feverishly to be able to get the halyards all organised. Oh, a slight little bit of rope round the ankle there, but tack line going out. He's hiking out hard as he's pulling that tack out on that spinnaker. The grinder's going super crazy, and he's now pulling the spinnaker down to try and make sure the jib down, to get the jib out of the way of the big spinnaker as they go downwind. Looking down the racecourse, there's been an increase in pressure. What does that mean? Well, that means that Artemis has made a gain. Team CREF are on coming from the right of the screen here, and they have dropped some distance. Team Artemis here going to come round in second, were in second, of leapfrog Team CREF. Team Artemis coming round the more favoured end of the gate here. The gate mark going round to starboard on the left hand of our screen here looked to be a little bit closer. and the pressure has increased, so the thermal activity and the wind. Looking up the course here, it looks like overall it's mixed in a little bit better. There's more wind in this race. As they come up the beat, have been working hard to try and make sure they get a good course up this beat. Artemis has dropped back. It's the bow number 11. It's Team Siref Vader who are up into the lead again. As they turn the boat, a big turn of the boat to get the boat down. That's the Slovenian boat leading here. Spinnaker's gone up. And who's into second? Wow, that's a great upwind from Team Aleph. France 17 coming down around the windward mark, and the Spinnaker going high in the sky. The second boat in this race are two that we have not seen in the race earlier today. We've now got Team Siref from Team Aleph, from Team Artemis, from Black Star. All of these four boats pushing the boats hard. The wind has increased. It's enabled the boats to get up and get surging down these waves. The tactician Adrian Stead on this boat pumping hard on that mainsail at times, and the grinder working well to be able to make sure they keep the boat at maximum speed down these waves. The boat's locked in, it's accelerating nicely, and they're looking now for their next option to come out of this corner, the right hand corner, coming downwind and jibe and come into the finish. They've done a lovely job down here. With this increasing breeze, they've sailed the boat superbly well, and they've extended on a fleet. As they come into the last mark here, the yellow mark is a little passing mark for them, and the finish line is between that and the finish boat there to the right of the picture. A gun for Team Siref Vader. Lovely result for them in that race. Well done to the Slovenian team. But who is it going to be coming down in second and third? Is it still going to be the French team, Team Aleph, in second? It looks like that's the case, yes. And in third, are we still going to be Team Artemis? Yes, it is Team Artemis. So Artemis, another solid result from them. That'll go really well for them in their overall championship title hunt. And down in fourth place, the improving Swedish team, the young Swedish team from their home waters, Team Gamera, around in four, with Black Star and a quick finishing Team Nika going to come across the finish line. Very similar times here. It's going to be Black Star from their Nika. Looking back in the fleet, we've got a good tussle with two other boats on the right hand side of the picture now, just jibing for that last ley line into the finish. As this increasing breeze comes down the course, the teams are going to be surfing into the finish. So what have we got now? Well, Nika leads in the overall standings after Siref win that race. It's Charisma in second, Aleph third, and Peninsula in 4, Artemis in 5, and Siref Vader in 6. As we come into race 6, we are 10 seconds off the start. Nika are desperately fighting hard for the committee boat end. Who have we got at the port end line? 2, 1, go! It's an on-course side start for several boats. That could be Team Charisma and potentially Team Nika, Team Peninsula in the middle. It's Charisma. Charisma have to go back. The Charisma team have to go back. That's such a shame for them. But as we look at the picture now, Black Star have started at the starboard end and tacked off. They are keen to get clear and out to the right. Team Nika, another start to hold off the starboard end of the line, with Artemis just below them. Who do we have down the other end? Another boat at the pin end has jibed out to come back round. It is Team Siref Vader who have started and gone left hard off that beat. As we look at the fleet coming up in here, Team Nika are the leaders at mark number 1. Team Nika turning in their boat to lead at mark 1 from Team Aleph. So it's been a solid beat. The wind is mixed in a little bit more. The teams have been able to hold their lanes, have done well in this beat. Here we go. As we come round into the top mark, a good wimmer mark rounding for both of the Swedish teams. And fifth round is going to be Team Siref Vader. Are they going to have enough momentum to coast round this mark? They look like they're just parked, and it looks like they're going to be stuck on the mark there. Have they hit the mark? Maybe they have hit the mark, and that all of a sudden creates a massive roadblock for everybody else. as we look back up the course from all of the boats coming downwind now, the boat in the lead, Team Nika, has a good, solid, consistent lead here. They are dropping for a rounding on the port job to go out of the leeward mark on port. A nice dip down there to unload the spinnaker to allow the kite to come into the chute on the foredeck nice and simply and easily. The boats turning up beautifully around the marks. They are on the breeze as they exit the mark. Textbook there. They have the J2 up. They are sailing in greater wind now. We must be in 14, 15 knots here if we are J2 world. The next boat round is Aleph. Aleph going round the same mark. Port tack on the exit this mark. Oh, they need to be careful there. Maybe they almost touch the mark. No. And Gamera, having made some gains in distance down this rung, they're coming in third. They have elected for the starboard rounding mark. As they come out of that mark, the fleet is very, very split. There is 3 boats going out to the right and 2 going out to the left. Who's going to be the ones who are going to be made the biggest gains here? As we look at the boat that's coming up into the top mark, that boat is Team Nika. Team Nika with the crew, with their yellow t-shirts on. They are yellow and black. That's the team logos. And they're turning now for the last run into the finish. This is key for them. This will really secure their spot at the top of the leaderboard. And a great result at the moment for Team Gamera. Second in this race. Superb work. Lovely rounding there on the mark. Really close, really tight, but very accurate. And as we look at the next boat, the chop is very damaging here. Really damaging. Aleph having to sail high and close to the mark there, really struggling to be able to make it round the mark. And meanwhile, Charisma almost sailing past them. Aleph look like they've stopped. Aleph look like they're really parked. Have they touched the mark? Are they just free enough to round the mark? As that happens, Artemis is making a game. These 3 boats are going to have it all on. As we come down the run, we're looking back now. There's a huge fight going on for the lead. It's the grey boat, Team Gamera, the boat from Sweden, the local team. They have done a great job relative to the current world champions, Team Nika. They sailed over the top of the boat from Monaco. They are trimmed on slightly harder. They are surfing the boat. The mainsail's being pumped super hard. And as they come down into the finish here, their only problem is they have cooled the ley line slightly early. Are they going to have enough energy in the boat and momentum to sail deep into the finish here without having to jibe? Yes, they are. It looks like they're going to secure that one. So race 6 into the finish. It's Team Gamera, their first race win of this regatta. What a cracking result from the current world champions in second, Team Nika. And who is it going to be coming into the finish in third? This race is a nail biter. What is going to be the next boat coming into the finish? We've got it's potentially Charisma. It is potentially Charisma, but we know and actually then Charisma and then Artemis, and then it's going to be Aleph coming down into the finish here. So the Winders Bill, we've had a great third race of the day, race 6, and as that's happened, we've seen some really tough women mark rounding positions. That's meant that the teams have been tested and all the detail of actually ley lines has been really tough. So overall standings right now, that result of winning that last race bumps Team Gamera up to 5th. We have Nika in 1st, Charisma 2nd, Aleph 3rd, Peninsula 4, Gamera 5, Artemis 6, CRF Vader in 7, Black Star 8, Aqua 9. So we have race 7, the 4th race of the day. It's 10 seconds to go. We have the Slovenian team at the top of the start line here. The Black Star Racing want that spot as well. 2, 1, and go. It looks like the white boat, the Spanish boat, is going to be OCS. There's the individual recall flag up on the committee boat. The white boat's having to tack to go back, and it's Black Star as well. Black Star having to come back as well. We have 4 boats all in the second row off the start line. That gives Gamera on port at the committee boat a great lane out to his right hand side. And who else have we got? It's a good start from Team CRF at the committee boat end. And at the far end, we've got a good start from either Nika or Charisma. At the top mark, what's going on here? We've basically got a good rounding here. We'll secure a good spot here from Peninsula. Slovenia rounding first. That start at the starboard end and holding has been excellent for the Slovenian team. They lead. This will be another good result for them in today's racing and overalls from Peninsula, who had a great day on day one, rounding in 2. All slightly stuck in the waves here. The wind's turned more to the south and it's made it quite tricky, a little bit more tricky relative to the wave state. Rounding in 3 is Aleph. And a real bun fight for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is Charisma from Aqua, from Gamera, from Artemis. Artemis jib flapping already. Looks like they're going to find it very difficult. Oh, it's almost a collision between Gamera and the back of Aqua. Looking from this high vantage point, downwind now at the boats in their 4th race of the day. Race 7. It's a very comfortable lead here for Team Slovenia. Team CRF Vader. They are leading. They're taking the mark that is the starboard rounding mark. A starboard approach into this mark and nicely up on the breeze to exit on the breeze. Sailing well, sailing fast. Who is going to be second round? Is a jibe here from Peninsula. They were not going to make the starboard rounding mark there cleanly. They're jibing to set the spinnaker to hold and then bear away and drop the kite on the port side of the boat. They have lost a little bit of ground relative to the leaders, and as we come into the gate here, it's Aleph who've made some gains. Aleph now up into second. Peninsula dropped 1 to third. And who's it going to be next? There's a collision. Surely there's going to be a flag here. The boat in 4th is going to be potentially Monaco and Black Star. Black Star under pressure there, taking the inside rounding, but because there was some potential issue there with Charisma, they ended up doing a hugely large wide rounding of that mark, allowing a big space for the next boat round. At the top mark, CRF Vader commanding lead here as they come into the top. Their speed in this stuff has been good in these last 2 races. And the next boat round, who is that going to be? It is Peninsula. Peninsula doing a nice job here to make sure of that second place at the moment. It is then Team Aleph. Team Aleph coming in, their last tack onto starboard. As they come into the top mark here, their starboard tack is going to put them up with a nice, comfortable 1 boat length lead on Black Star, who again have a nice, comfortable boat length and a half lead on Team Aqua. As we come round this mark here, this is going to put us into the last leg down into the finish. The boats, all they have to do now is hold, keep clean, keep clear, make a nice good ley line call down into the finish, and that is the 4th race of the day done. Black Star turning the boat down, the spinnaker going up, those grinders working the pumps hard, just as hard now as they were at the beginning of the day, and a nice solid set from them, which allows them then to accelerate away from the little wimmer mark. The next few boats coming around is Gamera in 5, with Nika in 7, and another Monaco. Potentially that's Charisma in 7, Nika in 8. So Gamera rounds the last wimmer mark of the day. We're coming down here, the big spinnaker with Gamera on it. The kite sheet's coming in, but slightly later. The next boat round, their kite goes up, and as the kite hits the top, the spinnaker fills and they accelerate. Looking back up the racecourse now, the tacticians are trying to weave their way downwind, but there's much more puffy breeze here. As the breeze has rotated through to the south through the course of the day, it's increased. Got some thermal enhancement off the land, and that's really helped, played into the game plan of the team from Slovenia. Team CRF Vader have won the last 2 races of the day. That's really going to launch them up the leaderboard overall. Who is going to be the next boat crossing the finish line? It looks quite close between 2 boats, 2 white spinnakers as we come down here. Is it going to be Peninsula or is it going to be Aleph? It looks like it's potentially Peninsula on starboard jibe, coming from the right to the left, coming towards the camera at the moment, is accelerating on starboard to cross the line in second. That will help them up the leaderboard in after this day of racing. After race 7, it's them Aleph down in 3 and Black Star in 4. A solid day in the last few races for Black Star and Aleph. And down in 5 is going to be Aqua. A nice finish for them in this one. 5th, a solid counter in this 12 boat fleet where there's plenty of opportunities to lose places with all the traffic, but a nice result for them and good job for them for going up the table. So as we think about the racing today, so we've seen very changeable conditions. It started off more to the south-southwest, and as it's turned and come more to the south, we've seen an increase in the breeze, and an improvement in the wind strength has meant that it's become very, very much more loaded and powered up. As we look in at the finish here, though, we've got Charisma coming to take, I think it's actually, yes, it's Nika come round in 6 with Team Gamera in 7, and then that's going to be Charisma down in 8. So what does that mean? So CRF win the race 7. That's 2 race wins for them for the day. Aleph Racing go to the top of the leaderboard. Team Nika in 2nd, Charisma in 3rd, Peninsula in 4, CRF Vader in 5.
Yeah, day 2 here in Marstrand. We got 4 races in probably as light as 8 knots, and then as much as 16 in some of the beats. 4 races, some mixed results for us. We had a 7, a first, a 7 and a first. But on an average, we collected 16 on the day and boat in the day. So it's a good improvement for us. We feel like we got our mojo, the CRF mojo, back a little bit today.
So the day was very interesting. We were able to pull out 4 races on this beautiful venues of Marstrand. As I was telling you before, I think there are 4 or 5 boats that are extremely consistent in this weather and in this sea state. Peninsula is doing an amazing job. Artemis is doing an amazing job. I think Nika is one of the most consistent, and Charisma, the boat standing right next to me, behind me, sorry, is doing a fantastic job. I think they had 4 amazing races as well. So I have no idea about the standings. I'm sorry to tell you like this, but I have no idea on the standings. We're here to fight, and I think tomorrow we will not have the chance. At least we're trying to figure out if we're gonna go sailing, but we're here to fight, and we will keep fighting until the end, and we're gonna try to make it better and better.